I want to bring in two guests now to discuss the matter. Psychotherapist, Dr. Robi Ludwig, and a psychologist, Dr. Cooper Lawrence, who join us now. Dr. Robi, I want to start with you. First, let's talk about the 16-year-old student. We still don't know her name. She's apparently been told to give up her cell phone by the teacher and then refuses. The assistant principal is called in to deal with it. She apparently still won't budge. So then they call in the school's resource officer, that being Ben Fields. At this point, take me into the mind of this 16-year-old student in that situation.
Well, I wonder if this teenager, above and beyond just being a teenager, which teenagers tend to be very rebellious, they're fighting against authority, they're trying to define themselves in their own identity. I wonder if this teen had an oppositional defiant disorder, and this is above and beyond. Somebody who has no impulse control, does not listen to authority to the point where they cross even legal lines sometimes. So I wonder if that's in part why things escalate to such a great point. And teens in general don't understand consequences for their behavior because that part of their brain is not developed. So we're seeing a lot of things going on all at once here. Yeah,
interestingly enough, Dr. Robi, her classmates describe her as being very shy and not talking in class, to the point where the one describing her didn't even know her name. Dr. Robi, what's your reaction to Officer Fields being terminated?
Well, you know, it seems like it needed to be done, but we also need to look at the training of the officers. Why did this go so awry? Is there something in the system or the training of these police officers that's not happening and we're just seeing it with one particular officer?
Yeah.
But is it a wider problem?
Yeah, well, let's look at Officer Fields, and I want to go to you now, Dr. Cooper, on this one. He is not an educator. He is a trained police officer. Just how well trained, well, that is obviously in question. He entered a classroom with a teacher and the assistant principal both present. He's been instructed to remove the student from the classroom. He then calmly asks for the student to get up. She does not cooperate. From a psychological perspective, what do you think is going through his mind at that point?
There's some very compelling evidence, research. 2013, they did a study that was published in Criminal Justice and Behavior that's quite compelling, and it basically says that a police officer such as this particular officer may have been primed for a negative outcome. A negative attribution bias is what it's called, meaning that all the information he was given going into the situation, he was already ready to perceive the student as hostile, to take an aggressive stance, rather than show up, assess the situation, and then make his own decision. Enough information was given to him, and there's a small percentage of police officers that do this, that already go into a situation with an idea of how they're going to handle it, what they're going to get back from the other person, rather than going in and assessing the situation. And what the recommendation is by psychologists is to have a better assessment of police officers before you even put them on the job. Part of the training should be being able to assess a situation on their own without being told compelling evidence ahead of time.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that, Dr. Lawrence, because Naya Young, the other girl who was arrested in this incident, says that Officer Fields has a reputation as a, quote, dangerous man to get involved with amongst the students. Naya's attorney tells us that he has been referred to by a number of those students as Officer Slam. Now, is this perhaps reason for us to reevaluate whether or not police should even be involved in situations like this?
Right. I mean, there's certain personality types that go after certain careers. Like, for example, narcissists tend to become actors. Well, aggressive people. There's two types of people that become law enforcement, lawyers, and people in the world of justice. There are people that believe in a just world. That's the majority of them, and the good cops. But then there's a small percentage of very aggressive people that get involved with these careers in order for them to act out their own aggressive tendencies. Yeah. And this could be somebody that is already primed for aggression and has been for many years, even before he became a police officer.
Yeah, and obviously those are the types of things that we would hope would be screened for before giving this sort of power and authority to those sorts of officers, not all of whom are this way. Important to note. Dr. Robi Ludwig and Dr. Cooper Lawrence, we thank you both for your time.